there, and thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about the latest news stories from Stigma, latest Canadian appeals case, health findings while taking statin therapy, and the latest on FDA approval for a twice-a-year shot to prevent HIV infection. If you'd like to share your HIV story with me on my channel, please reach out to my email in the description below. So here we go. Chinese HIV clinics stopped uploading test results and shared the health record after patients are refused hospital treatment. So a man in Wuhan, China was turned away from a dental hospital this past November, and another with a cold symptoms was rejected from a general hospital on December 1st. Get this, World AIDS Day. They were both told they've seen their positive HIV status in the system where they're unable to treat them for HIV. What I didn't know, there's an ongoing problem with the medical discrimination in China. This actually shocked me in 2025. You think around the world, medical professionals should be educated enough to know that there's no threat of someone who's HIV positive, especially being undetectable. This could put fear in people to not even get tested, and then they'd be spreading the virus, higher infection rates, people getting ill or possibly dying. To stop sending medical records to the hospitals and that's not enough. There's need to do far more to fix this problem. The first Canadian convicted of murder for fatally infecting women with HIV was denied parole for the second time. His name is Aziga, and he's from Uganda, and they say he continues to present an undue risk to society. He is now 68 and was convicted in 2009 on 2 counts of first-degree murder, but his conviction was downgraded to manslaughter and 8 counts of aggravated sexual assault. He was first arrested in 2003 and he was at the age of 47. He failed to disclose his status to his sexual partners, and even after being warned by public health officials. Aziga continued to speak of a great trauma in his life, being a refugee, HIV/AIDS diagnosis, which in Uganda, they have high infection rates, it's out of control over there. He also claimed about his big breakdown in his marriage, but all this does not give him the right to not disclose to his sexual partners, especially back then, back in the 2000s when you couldn't be undetectable. So yeah, he was basically like a loaded weapon. His body was a loaded weapon. But Aziga did his time. He's been there for how many years? And he's reportedly undetectable. Now, they do have a shot that can be administered once every other month. And couldn't they do a court order to make him do this, while also with blood work done? And if he fails to do so, then they could just reel him back into prison. What do you think? Again, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to go in my comment section and have at it. I'll get back to you. I like to have that communication with my viewers back and forth, and maybe the other viewers can continue to do that also together. So next up, the FDA is to approve a twice-yearly shot that reduces the risk of HIV infection by 96%. That's incredible news. Well, the title explains a lot anyway. Roughly 61,000 Georgians live with HIV, and Atlanta ranks one of the top 5 cities nationwide of people living with the infection. Nearly half of all new infections come from the South. Despite availability of the 2 highly effective preventative oral medications, which is PrEP and doxy-PrEP, you take that every day to prevent getting the disease. But I understand how many women forget to take their birth control pills. You don't have the disease to treat, so remembering every day can kind of be a daunting task. They say they're at the final stages of the trial, and all is going well, and hoping to have this approved by the FDA by the end of 2025. Fantastic. So with this new tool in hand, I hope they can roll this out nationwide and around the world. I hope this is a game changer in preventing HIV. Twice-a-year shot? Come on, that's so much easier to get out there. Finally, an analysis reveals an additional mechanism behind statin therapy heart-related benefits in people living with HIV. So in case you didn't know, a statin pill helps prevent heart attacks and stroke. So there are findings that people living with HIV can benefit from this. It helps stabilize the plaques and prevent ruptures in the blood vessels. So people who are on treatment for HIV are vulnerable to this, which I didn't know. Not only are they researching and developing better treatments for HIV, there's ongoing ways to prevent long-term side effects for this medication that you're taking. I watch the news daily and I never see any of these reports. I had to find this on my own. Now, getting out there is terribly important. We need to educate people on what's going on out there and today. I encourage you all to comment below, and thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope you got something out of this and learned something. I sure did just doing this. Now, if you haven't already, please remember to like and subscribe and tap that notification bell to be notified. Until next time, Michael K here. Take care, everyone.